The SAP ERP provides large businesses with a single software system to support all major business functions, no matter the industry. SAP's ERP is a suite of integrated modules used to collect, transact, and report on data from their business activities. It enables the flow of information between the different parts of a company and with outside stakeholders like customers and vendors. And one of the questions we get a lot from people who are at the very beginning of their SAP journey is, what is SAP HANA? Why is it important? I know you're talking about it all over the place, but you never tell us what it is. SAP HANA is an in-memory database. It stands for High Performance Analytical Appliance, in the idea behind that it's a database that is substantially faster than any traditional database that runs on the disk. But why does that matter? Well, it matters because you have all of these different pieces of the business solution that are now feeding data back and forth. You've got a database that's constantly getting data from all these different sources. You've got all the traditional business sources that you're bringing data in and out of. So that could be your contracts and sales, purchase orders, all of the transactional data. But you've also got UX and UI data. You've got information that's coming into and out of your website, into and out of your forms. And then you have the proliferation of mobile data. So that's data coming out of mobile devices, not just from your customers, but also from your workforce. As our workforce goes increasingly mobile, you've got more and more information that's coming from those data sources. And then you've got all of the machine learning solutions. So what good is data if you're not going to do interesting things with it? So you've got machine learning that's both reading from and writing to that HANA database. And then you've got the IoT sensors. We've got IoT sensors in everything now. So you might have IoT devices in your factory, in your warehouses, your points of presence and points of sales. IoT sensors are everywhere. And so you get this massive amount of data that's all coming in, and you need a database that's able to handle it. That's why HANA exists, because it's the core of your digital enterprise. It's the core database that everything feeds into. And why does that matter? So let's talk about S4 HANA. S4 HANA is the application suite that goes around it. So you've got fairly normal components that go into it. The first one's going to be your ERP, the traditional SAP product, the one that everybody knows about. But you've also got the CRM, SRM, SCM, and you've got cloud solutions like SuccessFactors and Ariba. These are all important components of S4 HANA deployment. That's the piece that sits here right in the middle. That's the NetWeaver stack, which is an application platform you can deploy applications onto that can communicate back and forth with the database. And so not only do you have the data sources coming in and out, but now you've got all the applications that go along with it. So you've got applications that run on SAP NetWeaver platform directly. But also anyone can develop on top of that NetWeaver platform. So a third party, business partner, a consultant, anybody can develop an application that's specific to your needs. That goes along with the NetWeaver platform. And why does all of that matter? What good is data if you aren't going to do things with it? Otherwise it's just sitting out there. It's data in a warehouse. And that's where we start talking about the analytical pieces. Now I like to break up the analytical pieces into 3 levels. So your first level, that's going to be your tactical level. That's going to be your business intelligence platform. That's a central place where any employee who's got access to the system can go out and put together a query to get the data they need to do their job. The second piece is what I like to consider the enterprise level. That's going to be the machine learning or SAP Leonardo. That's where you're using artificial intelligence to go out and actually gain important insight into your data that you might otherwise never know about. Then that third piece is what I like to think of as the strategic level. That's going to be your digital boardroom. So that's your C-suite and your board of directors that want the top-down enterprise level view of what's going on in your system, what's going on in your factories, but they want to look at it at a strategic level. I want to see all of my factories, all of my warehouses at once. And then I want to be able to drill down. I see that we've got an uptime issue at this particular factory, or some sort of hang-up in this warehouse, or this piece of our inventory system, or this piece of our logistics trail. And they can take that and go from that very high level and then start drilling down into it piece by piece, so that they can take the insight that they need to make those strategic level decisions.